Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Yoga with Marissa. So again, my name is Marissa. I am the owner of Fully Integrated Training, and today we are getting into a short little back bend practice. So if you are someone who is looking to build a slightly deeper back bend or just need a little relief or release through the heart center, this practice will be great for you. So when you're ready, go ahead and pop into something comfortable, get on your mat or any space that you like to practice, and let's get started. Today, friends, we are getting started in child's pose. So extended child's pose is great here. Big toes together behind us, knees out the width of our mat. Walking forward and down, melting into the mat underneath us. Hands can be pressed in for a little bit deeper of a stretch or super soft, melting through the heart center and letting the head bow down. And while we're here today, what I would love for you to focus on is connecting with your breath. So noticing at first as the breath comes in through the nose, travels down the throat, through the lungs, through the heart center, all the way into the base of our belly, our hips. And then as you exhale, traveling with the breath, with your mind, all the way up and out. So again, from the hips, the belly, the bottom of the lungs, the top of the lungs, chest, shoulders, throat, nose, or mouth, depending on how you are breathing. And let's start to really check in here, slowing everything down, taking our time and being super intentional. If counting your breaths helps you to stay consistent, go ahead and dive in there, or just continue traveling up and down at a really nice, slow rate. Trying to not add any tension to our hips or shoulders or the muscles of our face, but really allowing our bodies to sink in and sink down and just enjoy this stillness. This is also a fantastic opportunity to start to dive into what we call Ujjayi breath by bringing the tip of your tongue up behind our top teeth. It becomes a more audible breath. A lot of people call it the Darth Vader breath, but that is a great chance to start to light a fire in the belly and really warm up our muscles. Let's take 3 more big breaths in and out before we move anywhere else today. Beautiful. Beginning to return to our natural breath, slowly and gently peeling your way up out of our child's pose. Taking a moment, whatever you need to stretch out. Knees come directly under the hips, hands under the shoulders, fingertips spread nice and wide. Taking that awareness that we've built with our breath and moving it into our cat and cow. So as we inhale, start to curve through the hips, and I want you to think vertebrae by vertebrae. As we breathe, big, big inhales, slow and gentle, 1 vertebrae at a time, melting down, 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 until you reach the back of your neck, and then slowly curving up, letting the chin rise. And then as we exhale, same intentionality from the hips, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up. A lot of us rush this cat and cow, and then we are just sort of stretching the same areas of our spine that have those deepest bends. But when we can start to slow this down and really pay attention to each and every vertebrae sinking and rising, it takes some time to get used to. That is when we will feel the difference in our backs, especially those of us who deal with some low back tenderness or pain. Let's do 1 more in each direction. I know these are nice and slow. This is a great way to warm up in the morning, but also to release at the end of our day. Our spines are often held in static postures when we are seated, or even if you work on your feet, during the day, we're kind of stuck in one little position there. On your next inhale, and there's no rush, of course this is a video, you can pause and take whatever you need. Let's return back to that nice flat back. One big breath in and out. Beautiful. Walking the knees back just about half a foot, hands come forward and slide down gently onto our bellies. Hands come under those shoulders, legs extend nice and long, nice big exhale, melting into your space. On an inhale, let's gently engage the glutes, so not a big clench, but a gentle engagement. Roll the shoulders up and back, and think about that cat-cow as we push in with the low back, working our way up one vertebrae at a time, baby cobra. You should be able to hover the hands here. Exhale again, melting back down, slow and controlled. Big breaths. One more time. Engage that nice, slow roll. Up, 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 up. Finding each and every vertebrae in that upper back. And exhale, we melt. Back on down. Take a little second here, hands come in front. Shift the hips side to side. And then we'll slide those elbows under the shoulders, palm flexion cupped in front for Sphinx. Sphinx is one of my favorite poses in yoga. I think it feels really great. So let's go ahead and exhale, melt down. Inhale, same intentionality that we had in that cobra. Engage the glutes gently, push the hips down, push the belly down, push the chest down, and then pull the shoulders back, letting the chin slowly and gently rise. Exhale, feel free to release all at once, so release everything down. Inhale, one more nice, slow, intentional roll. Create that space, do what you need. And exhale, nice big release. Good. Inhale, gently pressing in with our palms. Let's rise up just about halfway to start. Big belly breath in. Exhale, release. Good. If that is where your back bend is today, stay right there. If you know you have a little bit deeper, keep your palms where they're at. And let's start to extend a little bit further, rising up, gently pressing in with the heels of our hands. Chin lifts to the sky. Hold and breathe while you're here. Don't hold your breath. And exhale, we'll release. Taking those hands in front of us, point the toes and gently lift and lower a couple of times. Relax the back of your neck. So just starting to light a fire in the legs, the glutes. Give me one more. And release. Beautiful. Taking that right hand back to the right foot for half bow. You can hold right here if that feels good. Maybe we press up onto that left elbow. Breathing in and out. Exhale, release. Taking it to the other side. So again, starting a little more gentle, just reach back, find the quad stretch. And then maybe pushing up a little bit higher if we have the space to do so. And one side might feel a little bit easier. This is my more gentle side. Just listen to your body. And exhale, release. Melting all the way down, go ahead and shift the hips side to side. Maybe a little windshield wiper with those knees. Keeping the knees bent this time, let's zip those legs all the way together, reaching back, both hands to both toes. If you can't quite reach here just with your body, a yoga strap or a towel is a great prop for our practice. Exhale to release. Inhale, lean up and back, not kicking in yet. And exhale, release. Inhale, reaching up and back. And exhale, release. Now on this last one, if we want to kick in, create a little more space, try to keep the knees a little bit closer together. Holding not for super long today. One more breath. Exhale, soften all the way down. Inhale, pressing up onto those hands and knees. tabletop position. So once again, stacking the hips over the knees, take the hands forward, this time melting just the head, neck, and chest down, puppy pose. Breathing into that belly. Little counter stretch for the shoulders, leaving that low back a little more gentle here. Inhale, let's start to peel our way up, walking the fingertips back. We'll slide those legs around to come onto our bottoms. If you have a yoga block or any sort of prop to lift the hips up, that is a great tool to use here, but you absolutely do not need it if it is not accessible to you or it's not your practice. Let's go ahead and lay all the way down. Taking the knees with it, slide the hands back behind the knee joints, drawing a little U with those hips. And then planting the soles of the feet into the mat. Again, let's zip the legs a little bit closer, tucking our shoulder blades underneath us. Inhale, lifting the glutes, the hips, the belly, and the chest for bridge. I like to tuck my shoulder blades here. Maybe walking the feet in a little bit closer to find a little deeper lift. 3 more big breaths here, just holding. On our next exhale, let's sink all the way down. Go ahead and windshield wiper those feet, letting the shoulder blades collapse back into the mat underneath us. And then if that block or prop is handy, let's go ahead and grab it. Coming back on up, you will find a supporting bridge. So block goes under those glutes, feet are still firmly planted, shoulder blades retuck. Hands can fall wherever feels best today, but let's keep the soles of the feet on the mat just for that nice little bit of support. You get to place the block on whatever height suits you best. Starting off with that lowest height is beautiful here. Finding that nice big belly breath we started with at the beginning. One more breath. And then on our next inhale, gently lift through the hips, remove the block, and set the hips back down. Take a moment here, round out the hips, little counter stretch. As you're ready, let's lift both heels up to the ceiling for candlestick. So you have an option to re-put the block underneath you, or just spend a couple moments here, a nice little L shape with our bodies, gentle inversion. Maybe wiggling the toes, whatever you need. And after a few breaths, if it is in your practice to work your way into shoulder stand, by all means, feel free to work your way there. You can bend the knees, shift the hips, embrace that low back with your hands. Stacking the feet wherever feels comfortable. You can always keep a little more bend through the knees. Pushing the shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And exhale, we'll slowly and gently, with control, roll our way out. Hugging the knees up and into the chest, no matter which posture you are in. Maybe a little shift side to side through those hips. And then once again, sliding the hands back behind the knee joints. Let's find a couple full body rocks, all the way back, all the way forward. And on your third or fourth, let's rock our way up to seated. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down, taking a moment just for you. And this is a great time if you want to work your way into a Shavasana practice, feel free. Or maybe we sit up nice and tall, taking one big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Bringing our hands to heart center. Thank you all so very much for joining me for this short and sweet little back bend practice. Hopefully it got you moving today, and I will see you next time. Om Shanti, Om Peace, and Namaste.